on the d20.
Let's see what my rolling. Get a nice dice. That is a 94.
We'll roll the d20 first. I mean, you could still use that.
Right. 16.
3.
Okay, so if my math is right, and it could be very wrong, but I don't know if I heard right, we're looking at Heidi first, then Michael, then Sky. Am I mismatching?
That sounds right.
Okay. Heidi, what was your number again?
94.
What is your character's biggest flaw in their mind?
Biggest flaw in her mind. Probably her is like an obsession of being pleasing to others or being likable, but in the way that she maybe wants to be liked. Not necessarily just being likable for herself.
All right. That's something we can
please.
hopefully see if she'll get to this. Here's hoping we can help her with that. But until then, Michael, did you roll that D100?
I rolled a d100 I got an 82.
How far is your character willing to go in their pursuit of what they believe is the greater good?
Greater good.
Yes, and this is more along the lines of their greater good, not so much as a wide scape of. It's less. What is your character?
It's more about like personal greater good.
Yeah, like this is the best for them that they believe, and how far will they go?
Yeah. I'd say, it depends, but I'd say pretty decently far. I should go pretty decently far for that.
Like on a scale of like, I wouldn't, shoplift to I would execute Order 66.
And again, that would also very much determine like your change based off of like circumstances, but he would. Kill. Depends on the person, of course. But assuming he does not know anything about a given person, yeah, probably would. Probably would. Wouldn't ruin innocent people's lives, at least intentionally. So that feels like a cop-out answer, but that's generally the scale, I guess.
Okay.
Decently far. Wasn't trying to make people's lives worse in the meantime.
I'm not purposely gonna aim for you. Just don't be annoying, okay?
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. If you're a dick, then more the merrier. But if you're just trying to mind your own business or do your own thing, yeah.
All right. guy. What was that magic number?
Apparently the magic number was 0. But sorry.
Wait, did you say it was my turn? Because I didn't catch that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes, it
Okay.
is your turn. What's that magic number?
I rolled a 1.
Ooh, man. On a D100, that's yeah. It's actually about as low as it can go. It is. Not that we're measuring by like higher is better with this, just
What is your character afraid their occupation would be if they never chose to be an adventurer or took this, this type of path? What is like their nightmare scenario?
Anything that confines her to a single space. So like some sort of office worker or administrative stuff. That just sounds dreadful.
anything but a desk job.
Dealing with royalty and aristocratic stuff, none of that.
So like anything that would involve you having to work for the very, middle to high class that's likely keeping you in like one place jotting down what they said.
Yeah, no, definitely not. That sounds dreadful.
Okay, I don't know why, but I instantly thought of if they forced you to be a scribe where you had to literally write down what, people would say when they have to do their letters. And at some point you just, when someone's giving some important speech and at the end they go like, and after that write something, something, sincerely yours. And you actually just write something, something, sincerely yours at the end.
Like, they're gonna be really lucky if I don't, like, paraphrase everything.
You're cutting to the chase of all of it in those letters.
Yeah, it's
and
a quick, like, they're gonna be, like, 2-line letters. Listen, he says that he misses you, and good luck out in the field. Done.
And to his enemies, it was like, okay, look, just back the hell off my line or we're going to war. That's basically the message.
Exactly.
That's the gist of it. No diplomatic negotiations, straight into battle. Anything to get, you know what? I could see her doing that specifically so that they need to recruit more soldiers for the war, so she could get out of a desk job.
Yeah, 100%.
Master plan.
Oh yeah, I could see her getting out of it. That'd be amazing. Okay, I believe that is everything. We begin where we left off, in that heart-pounding moment where the creature that seemed to have abandoned its skins immediately popped out, grabbed Benalana, and then just sunk into the ground with her. And I believe that was its turn. And actually I gotta roll some stuff, because like once you're down there, you're gonna take some damage. And hopefully you don't die down there, because that's a thing entirely.
Hopefully not. Have no idea what health she's at. Don't you die on me. I bet money that you'd live.
I mean, luckily for her, she's still technically raging.
Ooh, okay.
So, you hear some muffles in the ground that you now notice is it's a lot softer in some places, almost akin to some sand. Yeah. That was its turn. I believe we'll double check the road, but I believe it is. I believe Michael, you're up.
Yes. Man, now I'm missing the being able to just summon any object that I need at any time. It really does put things on easy street. I don't see it anywhere, but I do see like some soft sand.
You saw soft sand where it went down and dragged your compatriots. You could attempt to look for it with, depending on if you're trying to move around and look for it, investigation, or a quick perception if you're trying to do a quick scope with your eyes. What do you want to do, or do you want to just ready in action for if it strikes again?
Would that be a full action to check where it is, or would that be a bonus action or a free action?
If you don't move, you can do either as a bonus. If you end up moving, it'll be a full.
Okay.
You're trying to position yourself.
I will do that as a bonus action. So you said investigation or perception, or what was the other one?
A perception or an investigation to see if you can pinpoint where you believe this creature is.
Neris would like to roll an investigation check to check.
Go for it.
That was a 15 total.
15 total. With that. Sorry, not. No, you think you can see where it popped, where like it shifted the ground from where like this the exoskeleton or like the molted skin that left behind is, and where it took your friend. But you can see it goes at least like a good 2-3, maybe more feet deep in the ground. It does this tunneling.
Just
to
to
do it pretty quickly.
check as well, the exoskeleton, like this thing's skeleton is on the, like, still in the arena with us.
Yeah,
Okay.
It is still in the arena with you. It essentially just looks like it hunkered itself back down, like it's trying to fold in on itself. And then you notice that like it no longer had anything in between those large
Like
gaping
this.
plates.
Okay, so it's like hunched there. Okay.
Essentially, looks like it like kneeled down and put its hands over its face, like it was in a fetal position but standing. But then it's just sitting there, and it looks like it could topple over.
Looks like it could topple over. Okay, interesting. I keep that in mind for the future. I'm just gonna shoot at the. Actually, could I still ready my action? Just as my action? I think, yeah.
Yes, you have not used your bonus, so you can ready an action.
Yeah, I can use my. I'm gonna ready an action to fire with my pistol when this thing appears again. Even if it's just like a limb or something.
All right, the action and the trigger for this is going to be if, and be specific. You're waiting to see if the creature itself pops up, and not just whatever pops out of the ground.
Did I see it as it was burrowing into the ground? Like, would I recognize it in its new
You
form?
noticed that it was no, because you haven't actually seen it in its new form completely. Because you noticed that the skin it left behind was empty, and then something grabbed your friend and dragged her down.
Okay. Yeah, I will, when something not humanoid comes up from the surface, is that fair to say?
I mean, that makes sense, but you could just say that's not an ally.
That's
Just
not
to
an
cover
ally,
your
yes.
bases.
Okay, yeah, I'll just cover my bases and say not an ally.
If it be a bystander or someone else, they shouldn't be in here with you.
Yeah, that's fair. Also, as a side note, I think Neris is being careful not to move a ton. Like, he's trying to, like, stay flat-footed and not, like, make a whole bunch of... Because he's thinking that this thing might be sensing vibrations when it's underground. He's not sure of that, but I mean, he can't move anyway, so he's gonna try that out. And I think that is my turn.
All right, and next is then Alana, and she's going to try and break out of this thing's hold as it's currently trying to suffocate and drain. And you see out of the ground an axe just bust out of the ground, and slowly after, then Alana does crawl out of a sizable divot that is now in the ground, and you can see something scurrying down there, seem to be digging itself a little deeper inside. But you now see she was a good 10 feet away from all of you.
Okay, so did she move, or like from where she was pulled down under?
Yeah, she essentially popped out of the ground. There's now roughly like a 5-foot little divot into the ground that looks like someone took a giant shovel and just loosened up the dirt as she like essentially busted out. Still angry, very much angry, raging. And you saw something, looks like scurrying down underneath.
Okay, I guess that wouldn't count with popping out from under the ground.
No, not yet. But if anything does, and if you can see it in its range, you're ready.
We'll see. Probably not going to do anything until its turn, though. So,
yeah, but that's right after before yours. So if someone can get it, and if you can shoot it and get it to keep up, you can keep going. That's it. It would be Roya's turn.
So I thought long and hard about what I'm going to do, and I am going to take the dodge action and call it a day.
Fair enough.
I feel like that would be what Roya would do.
Oh, and I finally found the picture for the shark monsters you guys faced the first time.
Huh?
It's basically these. I'm popping them into monsters just so you know what you fought the first, and then the third.
Shark bone. Shark tooth. No? Yeah. Yeah, nice. Freaky. Kind of looks like it has cancer.
Beautiful.
It's got a skin condition.
No.
To moisturize.
Technically the small ones.
That's also fair.
Alrighty then. I'm just looking at everything, and yeah, no, there's not a lot I can do until this thing pops up, so
I do have an idea, but I want to wait until my next turn. Because I can't move until then. So I made that roll.
yeah, no, Sig essentially just brings up his sword, and once again he starts carving a quick circle with a flourish spin on the ground, and from it he starts chanting, and thorns and roses start to slowly curl up as he too readies his own attack if this thing comes near his striking range as he preps snaring strike. So essentially, if this works, it'll hold down and hurt whatever this thing is, so everybody can just gang up on it. And that is going to be his turn. And that's his plan. Virtue, it is now your turn.
Alrighty, I'm gonna try that good old Toll of the Dead. Let's see if I can hit. Or no, this is a.
I think
never
you
mind.
gotta
It's a
see it.
wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, I think you have to see it if I remember that spell right.
You want me to go ahead and read it out?
No, just double check.
Or
Do
are
you
we,
need
like,
to be able to
clenched?
see? No, I just need to know. Do you need to be able to see what you attack, or can you just attack as long as you know something is there in the area?
No, it says you point at one creature. Oh, are we in the dark? Is that what the problem is?
No, it's underground.
No, the creature dove underground. Essentially, it shedded the armor-like
Oh,
skin
that's
it
right.
had.
It burrowed underground.
Yeah, it took one of your friends. Your friend broke out of its embrace, but it's currently underground, Tremors style, just waiting to get one of you guys.
Ooh. Well, let's rethink that here. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, maybe I can do Shatter. Let's see. A sudden loud ringing noise, painfully intense, erupts from a point of your choice within range. Each creature in a 10-foot radius sphere centered on that point must make a Constitution saving throw. So I don't have to see it. Would this work?
You do know where it is.
I mean, she can still try to do it,
Yeah.
and whether or not it hits will be dependent on if it's in range or not.
Yeah, and just as a warning, you might hit allies depending on where you target.
You could definitely try the place you saw it last, or where you think you might have seen it last, depending on where your friend literally burst up out of the ground, but that's also where your friend is at.
True.
You could also ready an action if you
gosh.
want to.
Dang it, that just makes it so complicated being underground.
Yep.
Maybe they'll forgive me if I... Maybe I
How
can
are
at least
they
get them
doing?
to drop, Are they screaming? Are they dead yet? I mean...
Well, then Alana looks a little hurt. She's got some scrapes, a lot of dirt, a little blood. She's a barbarian. She's tough. She can take most things, but, she's also
already
been the one
taken a lot.
taking most of the hits.
Gosh.
But you do have someone who can heal, so there's always that.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to take a shot with Shatter. Let's see what this does. Alright, so this creature needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Do you still have spell slots?
Or both of them. Yeah,
Okay.
I've been using cantrips a lot.
It's true. She's been saving I think only 2 she has.
Okay.
That's why. Though I gotta ask, is this your last one or is this your first one?
This is my last one.
Yeah, go big or go home. Where are you censoring this?
This is our last fight of the day, right?
That's what
Unless
you want
we
to
get
hope.
into another
Maybe.
fight. Last fight of the tournament. Hopefully we don't get into any
Okay,
other
well
fights.
that's good. Then, okay, so, alright. I want to use this spell. I want to try it out. I'm sorry, Siler, what did you say?
where are you aiming this at, like specifically? Because from that point you
I'm
decide that's
aiming
where we
it at
do.
the creature. Yeah, I'm aiming it vaguely around where the creature burrowed and is hiding.
All right. Quick little check. You said it's a radius of what? 10 by 10?
Yep. 10-foot radius sphere.
Sphere. Okay, so it goes down and you hit it ground level, so everything 10 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this will still clip her. And we'll see if it clips the other boy. You essentially cause what is a mini earthquake, which starts to essentially sift and almost even out the uneven dirt and debris that's on the ground a little.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and roll me that damage.
Okay, so it was a 14. Did it go upper? Did it fall below or above that?
Just roll me the damage for the thing, for the spell.
Okay, all right. Here's 10 and well, not the greatest rolls, but 14 damage. 14 thunder damage.
All right, and that is a loud and thunderous sound. Ground shakes a bit, but Alana does essentially drop her axe for a split second and cover her ears. But you do hear an audible growl and clicker from the ground as it seems to shake and almost wreathe in the ground. You can almost see it, not so much the body itself, but the ground shaking underneath. So you did clip this. You did get it.
Nice. Yay!
All right, is that it? Or
This
anything
spell.
else for your turn? Oh yeah, no. If you can get it to
No,
hit, it
that's
does
all.
good stuff. All right, now it's this creature's turn, and all right. Well, I think I might as well just use the roll or the initiative order as my number and see who gets tapped next.
$1d5. I mean, maybe you could roll a 1d6 and it just attacks itself. Hopeful thinking.
No, the thing is, I roll a 1d6, and I just -1.
Sure.
Ooh, this will be interesting. Okay, and you do see this thing. Plus, essentially, the ground rumbles for a bit again, and this thing does in fact burst out to the left of Sig, and it's essentially attempting to wrap around and grab him. And now you can see him. This thing almost looks like almost like the legs and half the head of a praying mantis, while the body is itself more like a centipede. Still connected to the ground, still looking like it's almost made of the ground. It's just so much of it caked on around, and it does make a lunge and grab as Sig does in fact trigger his own attack and his trap, while I do believe only one of you was holding an extra attack, so...
Yeah, I think that was me, so I will roll that as well.
You can roll yours. I have to roll to see whose attack hits between these two, and if the trap does in fact trigger.
I got a 19.
Oh yeah, that hits. Most definitely. This thing is no longer the beefy, tanky boy it was.
Yeah, with 9 piercing damage as well. Good thing the AC has gone down. That will help.
Yeah.
Okay, so in order, as this thing essentially tries to grab onto Sig with its quick grab and swipe, Sig swiftly parries and moves out of the way of it, trying to strike it while it gives a nice long gash across its side, while Sig's bullet enters through one side cleanly out the other with a very audible scream from this creature as it turns to you with, again, like half of its head turned to the other side while the other one still looking at Sig. But this thing is very much looking damaged from that hurt and angry. And as soon as Sig does carve that blood across, and this creature's blood hits the floor on the rose and thorns and roses immediately spring up and try and wrap around this creature, almost trying to ensnare it like a vice to keep it from going anywhere, and it struggles for a few seconds before snapping free and tunneling back under. It was close. It was a DC 15 strength save and it rolled a 16.
Ah, really close. Just to check that. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Does it seem like the piercing damage still seems to have extra effect?
Oh yeah, no. It's still. It looks still very much like that hurt it way more than you thought it would have, or what it normally would, to something else.
Nice. All right. So is it Nurse's turn?
Not yet. Just one last thing it has to do. As you notice when it dives back down, it seems to try to almost swim into the earth as it tries to essentially hide itself. Good question. Anyone here got a passive over 15?
Perception,
mine is
I
at
assume?
15.
I got an investigation
you-
and it's 16. But a
You
passive
alone... Yeah, no, unfortunately. But Roya, you alone can see that this creature, when it took that dive into the dirt, you notice a small trickling of blood that's starting to slowly make like a puddle with no source about 15 feet to the right where it went into the ground. It looked like it was trying to dive deep. But you notice that right above the dirt, barely hidden, there's a small pool of blood that is slowly beginning to get bigger.
Okay,
I'm thinking
okay.
that's probably where it is, and it's not that far underground. Your arrows might good if you aim for that bloody spot. Maybe.
Or you might enact its rage.
Do I tell
I
the
mean-
team this?
That's up to you. But right now, Neris, it is your turn, and as of yet, you don't know where it could have gone. But you know you've got a way to snap it when it strikes.
All right.
No,
it was
Roya would tell.
okay. It was Venna who got pulled under, right? The barbarian who's been taking all these hits.
Yes, she has been very much doing her job.
How is she looking? Like she can take a bit more, or is she very close to getting KO'd?
She is breathing hard and she is bleeding, but she is looking ready to keep going. She doesn't look like she's at death's door or anything.
Okay.
Starting to look a little bloody, but not at, ready to keel over.
All right. I got a couple courses of action that I could take at this point. I I'm not committing to this yet, but I want to know what it would take to run over to the exoskeleton. Because you said it was like looking like it could fall over at any moment, I think. And I basically just want to shoulder check it and like knock it over. And then like climb onto a piece, like a fairly large piece.
Okay, to do all of that, I need you to take your action and either a strength check or just be a strength check and acrobatics or athletics, your choice, to essentially climb on top, assuming the strength check succeeds. But that would be your turn.
Okay, but that would be like the entire turn, basically.
Yes, you could do all of it.
All right. Probably best to not, though. I'm going to kind of get into a decently good position to fire at this thing into the sand. Now that that's been pointed out. And I will fire a shot.
I'll be firing at the shot. All right.
I'm going to fire into the sand. Is that going to be disadvantage, or is that going to be straight roll?
Do me a quick perception check yourself, and
Okay.
it'll determine whether it'll be an advantage or
not. Math. That was a 15?
That's enough. You hit this. This one will be a straight roll.
All right. Cool. Big money, no whammies. Big money, no whammies. Natural 20. Nice.
Yeah.
It's nice when they come when you need it. So I think
It
you're doing
is.
decently well, but still. Alright, that could be higher, but do I roll 2 dice or do I roll just 1 dice and double the number on it?
That's up to you if you want to do it. I prefer to more dice just because I like rolling more stuff, but if you want, you can just double one.
That's also fair. I'm gonna roll a second. I rolled a 3 on the first first roll. And a 10 on the second. Okay, that's much better. 13 plus an additional 4, so 17. That I guess doubled.
Oh yeah. And you hear it, and it writhes and screams, and you guys definitely know where it's at.
Alright.
You can see it, it's probably a good foot or two underneath the ground, but you can definitely hear it and see the ground writhing.
Yeah, it's probably going to be pissed at me, so that's my turn.
You shut it twice.
Yeah, and both of them piercing, and I've been shooting it before as well, so... remember me, guys. But that's my turn. If you can, finish it before it finishes me off.
Right, well, Benalana, looking very haggard, but also pissed that this thing did to her last time, is going to charge at where you saw you shoot, and essentially run up, jump, and try her best to slam her axe into the ground that looks softest to try and essentially dig this into the ground hard enough to hit it.
Hit the ground, which I bet this is very entertaining for the audience, as a side note.
Oh yeah, no, this looks like an angry game of whack-a-mole to me.
Just a whole bunch of people shooting at and whacking the ground, and occasionally it'll pop up and whack us.
Occasionally, yeah, no. Jack in the Box pops. Alright, and it does not look like it did much, as that axe seems to sink only about a foot off of the ground. Pretty big axe, but it doesn't look like it hit anything. But she is undeterred and takes a second swipe. and also does nothing. God damn it.
Damn.
Okay, Roya, you're up. You know where it is. You know how to shoot it. What you gonna do?
Well, let's shoot it. I am going to try to sharpshooter it this time, because hopefully its AC is lower.
Hey.
I think it is.
Okay, I don't know if it's that low. That's a 13.
Really? God damn it.
13?
Just missed. 13 just missed. It's 14 right now. But its AC's at.
Dang.
As a normal, sunky piece of flesh.
It's because it's underground. It was hard for me to see it. I don't think my arrow went deep enough.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's still my turn.
That would have been so cool. Damn it. Okay. Sig is up, and he also sees how Venalana is not doing great. But he is also taking a few hits. And you see him once again do a quick prayer with his sword, and essentially using his hand on both his, and actually goes by a quick cursory scan of you guys. How are each of you?
I'm doing all right.
I have
I'm good.
not been touched.
Okay, then he's starting to notice, wow, motherfuckers, we've been carrying you for this fucking fight.
Hey, we told you we were all ranged backline.
And
You did not.
it's just starting to click for him how much they've been taking those hits. And he does seem to, and you notice a bit odd, he puts a hand on Venalana's back and then essentially strikes the sword into the ground and does a quick prayer, and both her wounds and his are both starting to heal. It's odd because you've seen something like this before, though it's usually not as quick or as potent as what he's doing. Yeah, no, they're both looking a lot better.
They're gonna be pissed.
They'll be fine.
I mean, we told them expressly what the situation was. And honestly, I feel like I'm gonna jinx it, but I'm surprised it hasn't been hitting you or me more because we've been dealing with piercing damage.
Right?
Oh no, it wanted to, but like I said, it goes for like when it's underground. I'll let you guys know, unless he specifically had a target in mind, like when something angers it, it'll go at a random, whoever's closest, which at that time was those two.
Yeah.
Right now, Venalana, it's your turn.
Virtue?
Oh, I heard Venalana.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, me too.
No, I'm just double checking. Venalana is getting healed for a bit more. Okay, I know she's no longer at half, so.
I figured it was Virtue because I heard a V, and I figured he's probably the one saying, "It's your turn," character that I'm playing.
No, not yet. Double checking. Yes, Bless is still up. It is only on 2 of you, though. Roya, I don't believe we're in range this time.
Nope. I'm fine with that.
Just reminding both of you, that's for saving throws and attack rolls. This is Bless.
Was that both Virtue and I have that now? Again?
Yes. Just double checking that you guys remember you got that.
I did not before, so I am remembering that now.
Awesome. Okay, Virtue, it's now your turn.
Okay. Alright, so which of these creatures is closest to me?
It's only one, and it's about 15 feet away from you.
Why did I think it was 2? Okay. Then I'm just gonna go for a simple Eldritch Blast. Oh, no. Okay. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna try to make an Eldritch Blast hit. Do.
Blast him.
Does a 17 plus 6, 23 hit?
Yes, it does.
Alright, 1d10 plus... Plus 4, okay. Alright, so that's a grand 8 damage.
Alright. And with that, your Eldritch Blast strikes at the ground, roughly where you believe it to be, and think you hit something. Hear something shimmer and squirm. You're confident your attack made contact, though it may not have been as potent as you think it'd be, considering the nature of the creature. But you know you hit it good.
Mm-hmm. Yay!
Alright, is that true?
Yep, that's all.
Awesome, this thing again. And right now,
My AC is 17, by the way.
yeah, just gotta double check something to see how angry is it right now. 'Cause there are a lot of people attacking it, not just the one who's done the most damage to it.
That's fair.
I missed, so he can
Lucky
take that
you.
into consideration.
Did you plan on missing?
What?
Was that part of your grand plan to stay alive?
Yeah.
Are you wanting everybody else to carry you, Roya? Kidding.
Yeah,
Unless
I've been
that is your
providing valuable information.
So, that's fair, she has. Also, this was such a close call for a couple of reasons. One, that was almost a natural 20. Instead it was a 19.
Oh man.
It's still gonna hit, but it could have been way worse. Cool.
Is it
Couple things gotta
attacking me?
happen.
Or is it attacking
Yes,
somebody else?
It's attacking you. I'm
That's
looking
fair.
over these, because Sig and Alana didn't have any attacks waiting. Did any of you guys? There was no
Nope.
attacks waiting.
Nope.
So this is just a straight up discount for you.
I think I'm the only one that's done like significant damage because I think Falana did hit, but not. It sounds like for a ton. How low can it go? How low can it go?
Are we playing Limbo now? That'd be funny.
Playing Limbo with my HP. I'm teasing. Hopefully. That remains to be seen.
Alright, there's a quick claw attack. Need you to make a quick strength save because this thing's going first, followed by the other two.
Strength is not my strength. Oh. That was a little cocked, but not enough to... That's, say 2 minus 1. Unnatural 1.
Oof.
Cool. You remember how that worked last? No damage, but
Grappled.
yeah, no. And this is a special. So this next attack just does max, as does the bite.
Well.
So the first one is just a flat 16 points of damage.
16, and what's the second one gonna be?
Second one would be the bite, and that one's just a flat.
Just a 12, you said?
Yeah.
28. What do you know? That was the exact amount of HP that I had, except I had 1 remaining temporary HP.
Woo!
So I am at 1 HP.
You are. That means you are not unconscious or knocked out, but you do get a lovely swim into the ground as this thing then wraps around you and tries to essentially sink you into the ground.
Alright.
Now you're, when this thing finishes, you're going to have a chance to either attack, as you're literally right next to it, or break free with another strength check, as you assume Fenelon probably. And you know what this thing is weak to, and you're also literally pressed up against it.
Okay.
It is your move, my man.
How is it grappling me right now? Is it like with one of its pincers, or is it like...
Essentially, the massive pincer is essentially what's holding you, and it's got about 3/4 of your torso.
Okay.
Your hands are still free, your feet are more or less
Oh
free,
my.
but this thing has got you.
If I'm literally placing my pistol directly into its like body, would that still be rolling at disadvantage?
It is, because you're underground and you got to try and do your best to get your pistol to point correctly where you want it.
Fair enough. Well, as you know, strength is not my strength. Remind me, was biting into one of those magic sticks a bonus action, or is that a full action?
Depending on the effect you wanted to take. You remember we ruled this bonus action, and you have to roll the dice that you roll with it, or use it as an action, but you take the full healing that it includes.
Okay, I'm gonna use it as a bonus action then, because I'm gonna need my action here. So I will roll that. Okay, that is 14 points of healing. That is gonna help. And then 7 temp HP. Okay. Very well to be the difference between dying and not dying. So Neris is just like grabbing one of these, one of the minor sticks, and just biting into it. And then he's just kind of like holding on onto his pistol with the other hand now with 2 hands. He's just going to kind of steady this pistol and just try and, well, shoot it. I guess I should probably get the other d20 so I can roll a disadvantage. Oh man. That's a 19 and a nat 1.
Fuck.
That's rough.
Okay.
That is so frustrating. Man. Well, that's my turn.
That's rough.
You don't have like the gun. I mean, there's a gunner feat or something that like lets you instantly re-roll those, like when a gun breaks or something. I don't know where it is off the top of my head.
The only feat I took is Keen Mind.
Shit.
That's fitting.
This is not meant to be a combat-focused character.
Okay.
At least not at this level. No, yeah, I mean...
It's
still bleeding.
Over yet.
It's still bleeding.
It's you heard it before. That's why it's got you like this.
Yeah. Maybe next time.
Yeah. Anything else?
Nope. Yeah. I figured that would be the safer bet than trying to do the strength save, but since I have
the healing was very, very much important, because it now you were still grappled, and it could still do a bunch of stuff its next turn.
Yeah. All right. Well, see if I make it. I'm very interested to see how this goes.
We'll see. It's been a long, but this is something for the rest of you. You see that this thing, when it tried to burrow underground, it purposely put Sid into the ground first before it followed after it, so you could very clearly see where this thing ended up. You can see more or less the area where it's at, so
Did it
you
body slam me?
It essentially body slammed you into the ground before it tried to dig you or bury you with it. So all y'all will be able to see it. Most attacks will have that disadvantage unless they are piercing in nature. Then Alana is going to take her 2 swings with the axe. Disadvantage for both. Let's hope something good happens. Oh, she takes a big swing like a shoveled side and it just hits dirt, but the second come around swing snaps something. And you could hear a bit of blood is on the edge of that axe as she just takes 2 downward arcing slashes like a guillotine. She got something, but it was barely more than a nick. But you got him.
Something's better than nothing.
Yeah, no, this. I've not been doing great for this. Roya, you're up.
Alright, I'm gonna try to shoot it again. I'm still gonna try and sharpshooter it. Let's go.
Come on, 14 or more, come on.
You can do it!
That was a 15.
With sharpshooter?
Yes!
Oh no.
Hey, was that before or after you added your bonuses?
That was after.
Oh.
Let's see.
I don't want to make any comparisons to like Waterdeep and how like
Listen.
we literally.
I don't know why you guys decided to let me do archery character with my rolls. But that's a 17 damage.
Look, there's no nat ones, so you're not hitting Neris.
I mean, she hit.
I did. It was a 15. Oh, that was really close.
Neris, she's gonna save you by making sure you don't suffer this thing eating you.
You know what? It's exactly. It's what Neris would have wanted.
You said this was gonna unwind, like help us unwind, get off steam. Well, I guess actually no, Neris was the one to suggest it this time. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, we'll see how this goes.
All right, Sig's turn, and fuck, he can't see or touch you, so that kind of kills his healing. Hey, wait, have you been remembering your freaking bless for those stuff?
Oh yeah, no, I.
Remember that shit. That's a
God
D4.
damn it! Let me put a D4 next to my D20 so I can't forget. I mean, I still rolled a nat 1 on the attack because I had disadvantage.
That's fair, but still, like for the rest of the thing.
Unless an 11 hits in that case.
No, it's not.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna remember that, especially with any upcoming saves. Is everything good?
Just checking over to see if there's anything that this. See if
So
there's
good.
anything. Just see if anything he's got that could help you directly. But no, best thing you can do right now is just bolster the others.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And now he's just gonna take his own. Yeah, no one else is actually hurt. So for the most part, this is pretty good. No one else was really hurt. They've all been healed. He's going to once again heal himself and Alana. Some of the outside, you guys are probably starting to notice these guys have been holding back a bit for this fight. They seem to be able to just pick themselves immediately back up from damage that looked like it was going to down them, like in a turn. And they all seem almost back up to where they were. That was his turn. Virtue, you're up.
Okay. We're gonna try another handy dandy Eldritch Blast here. Let's roll to hit. I'm not gonna forget that we have Bless this time. So that's a 12 plus 4 plus 6, so that's a 22 to hit.
That hits. Oh wait, is this piercing?
Eldritch Blast. Let's see what
It's
is
force damage.
Force damage. There's a tap with disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage. Okay. All right, that's still the lower of the two.
Ooh. And you hit. Roll that damage.
Okay. Teeny weeny, come here, baby. Okay. Oh great. 3 plus 4, 7. 7 damage.
Hey, that's everything helps. Everything helps.
And that's all I got.
You're actually starting to notice a couple things. There are a few more wet spots around you notice, and there's a particular smell of blood too. And for the most part, you're pretty sure this isn't your blood. Your blood isn't this color. Or at least you hope it isn't. So is that everything, Virtue?
Yep.
Alright, it's now this creature's turn. It has to decide whether it's going to continue what it's doing or face the annoying pests that have been poking at it this whole time. And surprisingly, it bursts forth, and I'm going to need a quick dex save from Virtue.
Oh, okay. Dex saving throw. That, oh gosh, that's a 8.
That is not enough. And I'm afraid you will suffer. This is improvised with strength.
Don't
12
forget
damage.
I mean, I was going to say don't forget your bless, but I don't think that's going to change the outcome.
So, Neris, you were able to open your eyes successfully from that quick bit of movement to realize you are being hurled through the air, and you see a odd sight of a sideways and slowly spinning Virtue as you collide with her at a high velocity. And take those 12 points of damage yourself. As
I
this
also
thing
take
came
12.
up, Yeah, as part of it, it literally used its massive claw to hurl you at her. And unfortunately, it chose to go after because that she happens to be the only other person who's done piercing damage. No, everyone else kind of just slashes and pokes.
Oh, did I not do piercing? That's weird.
Actually, you did piercing to it once, and it remembered you. Like specifically, you and Naris are the ones who, and it seems to be able to. It's got some pattern recognition of who does the worst.
Who does what when?
Yeah, no, that's fair. I'm okay hanging out in the background.
Am I prone?
You two are perfect, but you are now free of this creature.
That's good. Neris groans. I don't know if he's like on top or like thrown past or whatever, but
you guys can roll to decide if you're in that anime unfortunate situation where they're just going to just be a bunch of heckles from the crowd, or if you're both ass over tea kettle on the ground looking very hurt.
Hey, it's the ragdoll again.
Do you want to roll virtue or should I? Do like a
What am I
lower?
rolling here?
If we're in an awkward position or not.
How awkward is the situation of you guys after one of you was hurled into the other? Is it that awkward you're both very close to each other kind of way? Or are you just a bunch of ragdolls?
Okay, what?
Like ragdoll into each other.
Yeah.
See, I can roll here. What am I rolling?
Like lower, like I don't know. You
Performance?
don't. This is, I think, just a D20. Like
This is just a
the lower it is, the
randomized.
more awkward.
You know, you can decide for yourselves what high means.
Okay.
The level up, whatever happens.
7.
Decently awkward. I mean, if you want to determine how
Yeah.
awkward it is.
Let's see. Awkward. That's pretty awkward, but not the most awkward it could be. Nose to nose, maybe?
Face to face. Like
Yeah.
smacking foreheads
And-
into each other.
Yeah, no, like you guys both opened your eyes
There
at
you
the
go.
same time.
Perfect.
You see that you are just like a cat staring into your soul.
Did I like hit? Like, did I like clothesline her and I'm upside down and I hit my forehead on her forehead while she's standing up?
No, you guys were the essential.
Oh my.
Like you smacked and tumbled and are prone, and as you guys wake up, you realize that is the position you guys are in. I don't. Whether your guys are Spider-Manning this or not is up to you.
Well, does it have anything else it's doing with its turn, I dare to ask?
It is unfortunately going after Roya, and I'm gonna need a quick strength save.
Oh no, not Roya. Sorry.
He doesn't deserve that.
So you said dex save, right?
For this one, strength save. Oh, that's to get out of it. This is the grapple, so you can actually use dex for this one. This would be a
23.
Okay, that beats the 18. So this one missed, so you're not grappled, which is a good thing, but this thing still gets 2 attacks.
Boo.
I mean, boo? Boo? It's not automatically dealing max damage. That's not
It
dragging
sure
you
isn't.
underground. That's not.
It's not, and the bite misses, but the other claw does get a hit.
You said it got a hit with a what?
So, it had a bite and a claw attack. The bite missed, the claw did not, and it was a nat 20 for the claw.
Rude.
but I mean, it didn't roll terribly or great. I guess it did. It was 17 damage.
Ow. That used up all of my temporary hit points.
Wait, how much damage?
17.
17.
How did you get 17 temporary? Did you get? Oh, did
No,
you like use one of the?
it dipped into my actual hit points too.
Okay.
Roya now has a
Or,
couple like scratches on her arm that she's very annoyed by.
Yeah. And this thing just does that weird audible clicking screech, and then it does, in fact, sink into the ground and try and stealth away.
Is it fully underground this time?
No, because that was a 4 on its stealth. So fuck the. I mean, it's a plus like 4 to stealth, but that a total of 8. So you guys can all clearly see that it's sinking into the ground and does that crocodile like eyes above the dirt, but you can clearly see where it buried itself, looking like it doesn't, or thinking that it's well hidden and ready to strike again. You all clearly see where it is.
Does it have its
And-
like head poking up above the ground?
No, just the little eyes that do that weird split off thing that just occasionally poke out and look around like a little worm before it just slinks back in.
Okay.
You ever seen a slug's eyes? How you can just poke it and it'll just go back down and slowly come back up?
Yeah, kind of just amorphous, sort of pseudopod eyes.
Telescopic.
Something to that effect. But yeah, no, you've noticed that this thing is slowly making a puddle of blood where it seems to be.
All right. That its turn.
That is its turn, and I do believe you're up. Yeah.
All right. Neris will pick himself up, kind of clutching his side a bit. I'm gonna chow down, I think, on the last of the regular healing sticks, because I think I still got the major healing stick. So that is another 46. Oh, that's much better this time. Let's see. It's 16, and then not that much better. No, actually, that is better. Yeah. Is it only 16? Yeah, no, it will be just 16. And then
Pretty good.
6. Yeah, 6. No, 8. 8 temp HP. All right, and then I will take one, hopefully last shot. Hopefully last in a good way and not a bad way. At this thing. Do I need to make any perception check or roll a disadvantage?
No, this is piercing, so you're good.
Okay.
And its stealth roll is also close. You know where it is.
Okay, yeah. Okay, that's another nat 20. I'm not going to turn it down.
Yeah, no, go for it.
All right.
Just don't roll bad. Just roll high.
Please roll high. Please roll high. It's a 6. And for the second dice, that's a 4. So 14 total, 28 damage with the doubling.
Ooh, and that thing lets out a vicious roar and yell. As with that attack, it literally bursts up out of its assumingly well-hidden area as it gyrates and almost looks like it's hissing and growling at you.
Could I have gotten one of its eyes?
You did. And this thing
Nice.
is barely looking like it's hanging, but it's still there, but it looks like it's ready to focus.
And I think with that, Neris is going to kind of slump and kind of heave a bit.
But you do notice you are very much the sole focus of its moment. don't let it get to us.
Please don't let it get me.
Like it is ready to die, but it is willing to die on you to hurt you.
Yeah, that would not be good. That's my turn though.
It is, and you've got a list of people to help make sure that doesn't happen. Starting with Benelon. And judging the situation and what's happening, she's actually not going to. She's actually going to move to just a step behind you, and she seems to be holding her action.
Harris will just kind of like look over and like, not saying anything, but like, what? What are you doing?
She seems to be stepping back for a second as it seems to be the end, and apparently doesn't want to take the kill from you guys, despite wanting to.
All right.
Let's hope this doesn't backfire. Roy, it is your turn. You see this thing looking at Neris, very pissed off, and it also looks like it's. You're starting to wonder if you like went up and kicked it in its back knees would be enough to kill it.
Do I also take a step back and let Neris finish it off?
That is completely up to you.
You know what? Let me roll for this.
Handle this.
That's very
Mano
possible.
insecto.
Just gonna let it have another round.
Oh god.
Let it have a free round.
Oh no, that was a 1.
God.
Oh my god, she is just trying to like.
God, I love
the least
my
amount of work.
rolls.
She is just
Like,
trying to do the
They
least.
have got this. You clearly you see this thing ready to die. He can handle another barrage and then shoot it.
Roy is gonna take the dodge action. Yeah,
Are you also gonna step behind Neris and use them as a human shield as well?
I think I'm still far enough away that it's okay. But you do hear a cheer out. You got this! I believe in you!
Neris just kind of gets through, like, coughing up dirt a little, like, what the fuck? Why?
Oh god, that was wonderful. That was the best roll of the night. Okay, I'm done.
Unintentionally, this is gonna be great.
And he's gonna see that
For
no one else
different
has his back, and he's just gonna have to Clint Eastwood this.
Nobody's got my back. I'm entirely. You know, I was originally thinking of, like, sharing some of my bets, but no. No.
Taking my money and leaving, y'all.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. I mean, he already was kind of thinking about leaving, but I think this is probably what's going to be that cements it, frankly.
He's like,
that
okay,
being
we'll
full
finish up
already.
we'll finish up he was probably thinking we'll finish up the thing with the governor's thing, because we're probably going to get paid for that, and then I can go and actually do what I came here to do.
Actually, frankly, probably not even the governor's thing.
I mean, if you've got enough money, why bother?
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna, assuming he lives, he's gonna have enough to be set. But let's get through this first, though.
Sure.
Is Sid gonna do something?
He's gonna roll to see if he follows his partner's lead or not. Oh my god, that was also a 1.
Woo!
Oh my god.
Yeah, and this is
Oh my
this
gosh.
is the best part. This is the best part. He will, and just taking a step behind Roy, he is going to gesture again with his sword, which you see is what's been, constantly glowing every time you guys seem to utilize that bit of blessing. And he's going to point it at you. And you all feel that blessing vanish. And then it reignites. So you lose that bonus to attack and saving throw, but he's giving you Shield of Faith, and you get an extra 2 to your AC.
That
And he
will
stands behind you, and you've got this, I'm sure.
And Roya
Come on,
behind Daenerys.
No, he's sitting on the side on his own, and he's just taking out a small flask. And he does offer some to Roya.
I will definitely accept it.
But they are slowly, like, encircling this monster while it's clearly looking at you.
Oh, this is great.
Well, Virtue.
Yeah, no, this flask is slowly being passed around by these three, and Virtue, it is your turn. You are the last. You are the last in line.
What was that about having a whole list of people between me and the monster?
I mean, there was, and they
Okay,
seem to be
we're gonna
encircling you and ensuring you that they have your back.
Alright, let's try Toll of the Dead. So, this creature's gonna need to make a wisdom saving throw. Meeting or exceeding 14.
As a side note, like I'm just imagining, like his glasses are like very much broken. Like one of the lenses is entirely gone. Like the other one's like cracked with like a huge chip in it. And he's obviously very disheveled right now. Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Alright, and that is gonna be 3 points of damage. Woo. If it hits.
Yeah, no, it does. This thing for wisdom is like a negative.
That's good.
And you see this thing, and you roll. It's a D12, right? You only 3.
Yeah.
1d12 is
Sure, it's not like. God. It looks even more like it's on its last leg, and it's still standing. Because it's at 1 fucking HP.
Oh my god, he's actually going to die.
1 HP. 1 HP left.
You almost killed it.
Are you serious? What?
Yes.
I couldn't have rolled 1 point higher.
Oh my
gosh.
Why didn't you use the weapon that we literally handed you that specifically hurts this thing more than anything else?
Well, she doesn't have a high dex, I don't think.
I totally forgot about it, not gonna lie.
You have a +3 to dex.
Can I just...
Like, arrows, anything piercing seems to be like...
Can I improvise a bonus action to just blow on this thing? Can I, like, run up to it and, like, kick its knee?
I mean, at this point...
If you want to stand in front of it, while it still leers specifically at yours.
I'm the one that did the crit, and it ain't happy.
No, but you guys got
this.
You gonna...
Nars, you got this. You got this.
I'll stand before it, ready to kick its knee.
I'm glad I got that second healing stick. I'm kind of sad I didn't use the more major one, though.
That's true, although always an option if you want to forego any attacks that round and just let the healing fully max out.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad I did the attack because it lowered it to a point where it was on death's door, but then nobody
closed the door in its face like you hoped they would.
It's like, I mean, it's had 4 HP. Like, that's higher than, like, if I rolled minimum damage, I would roll 5.
Unfortunately.
I know, Roya, you're probably the same.
Oh, no, yeah, if I rolled it, it would definitely at least be a minimum of 5.
Yeah, when you have the bonus like that.
I don't think any of you can roll under 5 as long as you hit.
Yeah. And if I didn't sharpshooter, that makes my chances a lot better.
Well, unless you're rolling something that doesn't have a bonus cap.
I mean, unless someone was like crossbow expertise and just letting it fly with those arrows.
This is such an entertaining battle.
This feels like a very fitting end to this whole tournament. I mean, he's been ragdolled from the
Mhm.
first fight, and there was literally just the second fight where he didn't get ragdolled. But in pretty much every fight, he's gotten ragdolled in some sense.
I mean, no, I think he held his own pretty well in like the third and fourth.
The third and fourth were better, but I think he did at least get like knocked prone or something. I vaguely remember there was like something there.
No, yeah, like with the like ambush and like the grass monsters and the other, the bull and the giant elk monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this thing is slowly making its way towards you, and
is it slowly making its way towards me?
it is, and then it just lets itself fall onto the ground with its 1 HP, and it is essentially attempting to burrow underneath, and you're not sure if it's running away until you hear a large rattling sound, and it just, like Jaws, bursts out from underneath you. And I'll need you to make it quick. This would be an acrobatics or athletics, your choice.
Oh, thank
As
God
it's
it's
trying
acrobatics.
to grapple you.
Thank God it's acrobatics, something that I can actually avoid.
You've got this. You've got this.
Good luck.
I'm legitimately going to blow on this dice.
You're not doing that every turn. Come on. Pray, offer, sacrifice something to these dice gods.
17. I mean, that's not out of the
That
woods yet.
is
but
enough. You no grapple.
still gets to make a couple attacks, I assume, though.
Okay. The claw missed because that was like 9 on the die. But it was, fortunately, it was a dirty 20. The other.
Okay.
Wait, what's your AC?
I got 19 actually right now because of the Shield of Faith, but it's 17
No.
plus the 2.
Yeah, no, so it's still got you.
I got the healing stick, so hopefully I think I'll still be up, though.
Woo, hopefully.
Yeah, no, but it does. I think you should be fine. It just, chunked another 8 points off. I think your like temporary helps with that, right?
Yeah, I got the 26 current and then 8 temp HP.
All right, then, yeah, just those 8 off the top, and then you're good. And this thing essentially tried to take a bite out of you, and you can feel a lot of its teeth are broken as it essentially tried to gnaw on the side of your head. And you can, you essentially push it off. It is now your turn. You are, face to face with it, and you have just hurt it and finish this.
Okay, yeah. Like, kind of in a move of desperation, this is not what he would normally go for, but Neris is going to kind of reach to his hip, grab his dagger, and he's going to try and stab this thing through the mouth, or in the face, basically, with his dagger. That's cocked. Okay, that's not amazing, but I think a 15 does hit. We have established that, right? Tyler?
And the suspense.
Yes, it does, in fact.
I'm gonna roll the d4 anyway, but it's at least a 1 plus 4. That's a total of 7. 3 plus 4.
It matters. I mean, look, remember what I told you about, like, the other thing. If you max out more than 10 over the AC, naturally.
Yeah. I mean, it's that was the damage anyway. So.
Describe how you'd like to finish off this creature that has caused you no end of trouble.
Yeah, I think this thing rushes at Neris and like jaws open and like mandibles, and he kind of like dodges to the side of one and then the other, and then it kind of like bites into, I think, yet again, like many of the other creatures, he's able to kind of have it bite into his arm, and he's just going to kind of reach to his side, kind of grab his knife by the backhand, and he's just going to kind of rear his arm up and kind of stab directly into like this thing's forehead, trying to approximate where its brain would be, just to knock this thing off.
And you dig around for a bit, and eventually you feel a snag of something, and a jolt goes down, not in its head, but its spine, and it seems to go limp, and just seems to be hanging off your blade. Body's limp, but the head is still being held up by your dagger. It seems to have caught on this.
He's gonna kind of step back, probably pretty close to a wall, so he's gonna like step back and like step over this thing, I think. And then just kind of not collapse, but like hands on knees, like breathing very heavy.
And you all
Rich is
feel
gonna
the
run
silence
over and just like pat his back.
and the roar of applause as people get up, cheer. Some here seems to have lost a few money on this fight because this thing. You hear, what the hell, it tore the other people apart last time, something along these lines. Is overheard a few times, but most people are screaming in praise. And that was amazing. And did you see how he got dragged underneath?
Yeah. Neris is going to pull out the dagger from its forehead and just kind of lift it up into the air. See how the crowd reacts to that.
And cheering renewed. And there's just a small chant that slowly grows of the alchemist, is what we went with.
Oh,
I think so.
Ragdoll.
I don't remember if it was alchemist or the tinker.
Are you
No,
not
Artificer?
entertained?
I think it's Alchemist and the Huntress
Mm-hmm.
was the duo name. It got kind of
It
tossed around a
was.
couple times.
And they hear a few of those chants as well, and everyone's just chanting. A few also chant the pilgrim as well. And it does last for a good minute, as you are given a chance to rest up, get your bearings, loot the corpse if you wish, and the doors are open to you when you wish to exit, as this was the essentially last battle of the day.
All right. Quickly before leaving, Neris is going to try and grab the like pincers on this thing, and then like a couple of the plates of the armor. Actually, like as much as the armor as he could.
I'll need 2 survival checks as you're trying to separate what is essentially a completely intact carapace.
Interesting. He's going to go for the biggest pieces he can, or maybe like medium pieces, stuff that he can carry out. It's a 14 plus 1 on the first one, so 15, and 19 total on the second one. I see. When it's life or death situations, the dice want to make it theatric, but when it's looting, it's just okay. Just doing good stuff. Oh. Hey, Sather. You good?
Everything went quiet as soon as you hit, like you said, it was a 15 for the first one and like a 4 or a 19 for the next one.
Yes. I was making a joke about how it was rolling more dramatically low, or as close to the DC as possible during the fight, but now it's rolling pretty good on these survival checks.
No, yeah. You actually, what are you using to try and separate this stuff?
I think probably he's got a dagger, hand axe, and hammer. So I think he's probably like using mainly the hand axe to like cut, and then like the dagger to pry apart. hammer if it needed to chisel.
Okay, well, you unfortunately lose 2 of those weapons. It's no longer usable. The first one, weapons just seem to break before this thing does. On the second one, you're able to figure out how to... It's more or less about breaking or snapping, or essentially trying to successfully separate it completely. You're able to get the second part you're after, but the first one seems to still be intact with the majority of it. And you notice this weighs a hefty weight.
These are hefty.
Yeah.
All right.
So you know that thing was probably very strong to be able to carry this entire thing.
All this armor. That's probably a good thing I didn't try to shoulder check it then. To knock it over.
Oh yeah. So, you know, it's a weird thing that it could do when it was, you know, wearing this thing to swipe back at you.
Yeah. Makes sense that I wouldn't want to take it underground.
So
Alright.
you were able to successfully take off the second piece you were looking for. The first one is still unfortunately intact. If you could do a quick check, because you know most of the people here, and the ones who do work here, know how to handle this kind of material. They might be able to help you if you're trying to get this stuff, but if you go to them, they'll likely
Try and take some of it for
charge.
themselves.
Yeah, no, they'll charge a fee, either gold or a piece of the material itself as payment for breaking this thing down.
All right. And this, you're talking about the armor there, right?
This is just the carapace plating. The actual body is still over there. And
Yeah. Was I able to get the pincers off the body?
Were you going for the pincers first or for the other ones first?
I think probably pincers and the armor. If you're saying like which roles I would describe to each one, I'd say the pincers probably would be the lower one, since I probably was closer to that, and I do that first.
Alright. So it's not that you couldn't, or that they were damaged or anything, you just couldn't get them off as you were trying to that time. You were able to get a few plates off, but the other ones are still intact. But just either find maybe someone to help you out with it, or you might have to bite the bullet and ask the people who work here for assistance with it. You'll probably lose a good 10 to 20% of the material.
Okay. What should I write down for the armor plating? For like how much I got of that?
For that, in the 19, you've got about 2 3x4 pieces of armor plating from a newly hatched obsidian crawler.
Obsidian crawler?
Yeah.
We only get like a limited amount of time to like go in, like pick these things
That's
apart.
normally because like they have to keep going for the next matches. This being the last match, they'll likely let you have a little more time. But eventually, people do want to like leave and get to sleep.
Yeah. Which do we want to keep going with this? We could just do this on some off time, Tyler and I, or we can.
There's anything you guys want to do like now or in this place? After this, it's essentially collecting on the bets, any last minute shopping before the place closes down for the day, and you guys essentially, should you choose, go to your secured places of rest.
Yeah.
I am offering to treat Sig and Vanillana to a round of drinks.
Well, there's your offer, guys.
So we definitely deserve that.
I think I'll get
Me too.
drink as well, for sure. Probably a massage or two as well from the spa. Just something to recover. I think my Nerys like cricks his neck and probably like his shoulder goes back into its socket or something like that.
And you'll hear a slight chuckle from
goodness.
Renalana and Sig as they're getting themselves ready, and before they do, as they seem to be making their own leave, they don't seem to be taking anything of the stuff for the Baron. So they do give you a quick bit of farewell, and they do ask you guys, so what'd you think of your first tournament?
Probably a bit more than we bargained for.
Well, agreed.
I thought it was great.
Nerys will glare at Roya.
Well, you seem rather eager for adventure, Roya, so that doesn't surprise me.
I'll be honest, I don't know if I have this in me too much more. I didn't come here for this, so...
Hey, no,
Honestly,
if you ever feel... Well, I'll put it this way, if you need a good way to spec the gauge. That baby crawler, give it a week or two if we hadn't have done it in. It'd have been the size of a house.
Yeah, that's more than I bargained for. Maybe once I'm sure you probably already know this. I'm kind of referring to the other two. I'm like with the sure you've guessed this already statement. I'm a bit of an inventor, and I have plans for things that would help in encounters like this, but I think I might actually want to have them before I want to try fighting anything else like this.
Yeah, it's a smart man.
I actually came here to set
They
up
want to
shop.
heal up.
Yeah. Let's go to the bar to talk about this, maybe. I'm just gonna say, for simplicity's sake, especially given everything that's happened, he's not necessarily happy about it, but he's gonna go and like briefly talk to the people who would be recovering these things and like say he wants to salvage the parts, but he would like somebody else to take care of that. So we can either talk about this later, like go through that more, or we could just say that like they take their cut.
No, they can more or less say they'll take their cut. They will say they'll leave you with the pincers, the upper body, and the plates that you took, but they'll take the lower half and the legs.
Is that including the armor of the upper body?
Yeah, they're leaving you with the armor of the upper body and the pincers and the pieces that you already took off.
Okay.
But they're taking like the legs and the lower body.
Okay. Maybe we can talk about that later, because I don't think I'm gonna write the rest of that down on my sheet, because
Yeah, we can go into the details of what you can do with that later.
yeah. So let's get a drink. Also, the bets. We should probably deal with those.
Definitely the bets
Yeah.
first, and then drinks.
Head up to the betting channel and see who won what.
Yeah.
I think it's just in general. I pinged my thing, and Roy's is a couple above. Which, yeah, it's a pretty good payout. Also, the just the 200 for each of us, the buy-in.
And that you can all add to your own.
Bam.
So that'd be 200 for each of you. And then we'll start with Nerys's bets. You put 30 on the...
Just winning for our
Yeah.
team.
winning.
So 5-1 odds.
Yep, and that will get you 120 gold.
Was that
And then-
120 or
120.
wouldn't that be 150? With the 5-to-1 odds? Or are they taking a cut of that as well?
No, this one's for the team. This isn't your guys'. This is the team that the other bet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Wait,
that
120
is for the other.
Was that 120 silver, you mean?
No. Yeah. Oh wait, did you bet? I thought you bet gold on that one.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I
I'm
put
saying
silver on the other teams.
No. So 120 silver for that one, which still isn't
Okay.
bad.
12 gold.
Then 12 gold. But then going up to yours, you get it's the 150 for everyone for winning, and then you add the additional 30 of the 1 to 5 for everyone surviving, which everyone did. So that in total gives you another 300.
So a total of 512 gold, counting the silver as just counting that as gold.
And then Voya, you put down 50 on everyone winning, and the 5 to win adds. That gets you 250 gold.
Yeah. Per person?
That's-
This is for the bets, but everybody did get 200 gold for winning and participating in the tournament.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Hey, I could buy a deck of illusions with this.
Definitely good.
Buy a lot of things. Lots and lots of booze. Or potentially
that's
real estate.
It's true, depending on the market or where you go. You've also heard inklings of more expeditions to further colonize and explore the dark side of the continent.
Dark side. Ominous.
They mapped out the edges of everything and they more or less put what's there, but only roughly one half of this island is more or less mapped out in roads officially, while the natives do know more or less the terrain of everywhere else. Not every visitor has essentially gone out to physically explore what's here, or those that have not come.
All right. Now, just as a question, do we want to, again, keep going for tonight, or do we want to save the drinking for next time?
I'll leave that to you guys. Do you wish to use this downtime, or do you want to
start
pause
a
it
new
here and we
chapter
can
next
take it
time.
up?
Yeah, I think
Start
we
the
can start
chapter.
next time.
Everyone at the bar clinking drinks.
Literally open to
Mhm.
just thinking.
Discussing what we do next and what we do with our winnings.
Yeah.
That, or we start with the morning after hangover and then we go one by one asking how you guys got in this situation.
Don't ask Roya, she won't remember.
That actually
Like the moment the
would be
first
really funny. I like that idea. Bookmark that idea.
first drop of booze touches her lips and then smash cut to the next morning.
Yep.
I mean, it depends. If everyone's first round and their con checks are all below a 5, we're going to do that. We're going to smash cut to the morning
Fair
after, and then I'm going to individually go over what you guys did that night, and we're just going to find out as we were calling it.
Otherwise, I think we'll do it normally, but either way, that sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Again, Siler, maybe we should chat, and maybe Monday might be a good time to do that, depending on how things go. About introducing the next character, how we plan to do that.
No, yeah, we can, depending on how you want to be, whether they meet, eavesdropping on me at that little bar where you're about to go, or if this is something, as his introduction can be as soon as you guys get to the bar, or when you're about to leave, maybe the governor of Desarde may have found someone else to hire for that little expedition you're about to take.
Yeah, he's just for transparency's sake. Yeah, I think Neris, probably is going to want to focus on starting the shop. And I would imagine probably. Should I just share a
Might,
bit?
like, say, he might send you guys word afterward, but no, we can if you want, sure, but
Yeah. I think. Well, maybe like that. The drinking might be a good way to introduce the other character, because I probably should have talked about it before, but maybe like I'm thinking like maybe he would have also bet on Roya's group. Maybe we just talk about that later.
that's definitely a way to go.
I don't know. We'll see.
But now just let me know, and we'll finish up the thing a little later. Right now, I guess we'll just probably call it a night.
Cool. Yeah.
That works.
Alright. See you guys. You'll mostly see you for the Monday and just hang out, talk, do.
Sounds good.
Things.
Sounds like a plan.
Have fun.
Good luck, Crystal.
Yay, thank you.
Yeah, remember, if you do see aliens, extortion is always a viable option.
Fair.
Sounds like a Fallout style tip on a loading screen. Remember, extortion is always an option.
Alright, guys, I'm dropping off here. Bye.
Take care.
Okay, take care, everybody. Good
If you
night.
want-
Good night.
Night.